You're going to be great. I'm telling you.
Let's see who all is here.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Could you move the mouse over so we can see names? Hi, Britt. Hi, Jennifer, Lindsay,
Lena.
Victor.
Hi, Lena. Joel, Victor.
Julian, Amy, Brother Mitch, Laura, Alicia, Kim Fleming, Alicia Kirk, Laura. If I said Laura already.
Hey, Katie.
Looks like Laura has some stuffed animals behind her there. I see a little ducky. Yeah, there we go. She's cozy. Laura's in a cozy spot, man.
Chad and Amy are in the house.
Laura's chilling though. Look at that. She is comfortable. Hi, Lena. Oh, she's got an English. Look at that. Look at her. Now she doesn't know what to do because we're looking at her. Yeah, it's her. She's good. Okay, can we see some more names? We want to interact. Joelle, Clementine. I always like that name. I don't know why.
That's a pretty cool name.
Clementine. It always reminded me of a program I used to watch back in the old days.
The girl at the top, her name is Bright.
Britt, I would think.
Britt.
Oh,
Bright.
Bright. Wow.
Bright. Hi, Bright.
And you know what? She looks bright.
She does, huh? She looks very bright.
She's glowing.
Oh.
She's got a glow about her. You ever see those in the olden days, they had the milk commercials with the girls on there?
Yeah.
She's like a milk commercial. She should be a milk commercial girl.
Is Victoria Q somebody that I know?
Lindsay Thelen. And we have two Lindsays, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
We have a Lindsay right there.
There's G Money logging in right now. He's connecting.
Rachel, Victoria, Jessica,
Did you say
Lisa,
G-Money?
Katie.
G Money, yeah, he's my.
Keep scrolling. Look at this guy's all set up. Tarek's all set up.
Hey, Natalie Eva Marie. There's two Natalie Eva Maries in the house tonight.
Natalie,
can we put the camera? Can we put the camera on the other Natalie
we
Eva
didn't know
Marie?
Natalie was here. I thought she was not showing up.
We went ahead and
We
we
had a
substituted.
replacement.
We got a substitute Natalie Eva Marie for tonight.
Yeah.
We didn't know you were coming on Zoom.
Sorry.
Can you unmute her? Because I think she's saying something.
Where is she? I can't even see her.
She's right
The girl
there.
with the pink hair and the glasses on?
Yeah, third down from our phone.
Oh my God, she's on the couch resting.
Dude, you guys, I'm dead. That's hilarious. Where in the world have you been keeping that?
I just got it today. It came in the mail. I was hoping you were gonna
Oh
be
my
here.
God.
I ordered it on Saturday. It's the WWE
That is
Natalie
hilarious.
Eva Marie doll.
Yeah.
Oh my
Since-
God, you guys look good. You guys look tan and like, well, I look like death.
Well, I didn't reckon. You know what? I'm not gonna. Lie.
You know,
we love you, and I'm being honest. I didn't recognize you.
I
I'm
recognize
struggling.
you.
I was looking everywhere for you.
I'm sorry you're
What are you
not
wearing on
feeling
your
good.
head? Are you got a hat on or something or?
It's I have my hoodie and then
Oh, you got your hoodie
I
on.
look bald.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but you know.
I
Yeah, that's
know.
sorry. Maybe just turn the camera off. Everyone will feel better. Tarek's in the house. What's up?
Oh
Everybody
man,
make it to
Lena's
this room.
coming at
Oh my
you,
God,
Shane.
I want one. Lena wants a doll. Hey everyone, you can pick them up. Where'd you buy it? Go online. Amazon,
So
someplace.
there was only 2 left on Amazon, and
Sold
I
out,
got
baby.
one
Sold
of them.
out.
But there are other places. If you go to Google and you type in the Eva Marie doll.
Oh God, you know what, bro?
No, don't.
Don't do it. Don't even get me started. Are there life-size ones?
No.
No,
there's
Oh
Are
my
you
God,
sure?
Shane.
I'm
Quit
just
while you're
saying.
ahead, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Imagine if there was though out there.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Yes.
We've got
Well
plenty
done.
of people in the house. We've had our comedy routine for
Yeah,
the
we're
night.
good. We're good.
Uh,
Welcome everybody.
All right.
Now we want to get started and get to the real stuff.
Well,
the,
because this
the-
is
the
serious.
recovery.
Because
yeah.
it is serious.
Yes.
You
And
know?
again, guys, welcome to the Recover Out Loud meeting. We appreciate everybody attending every
Yeah.
week. This meeting's growing. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
The meeting, this podcast
Yeah.
all started out of
Everything.
tragedy.
Tragedy.
The fentanyl crisis. I lost my son-in-law to fentanyl on 9/11 of 2022.
Yeah.
And it's the real deal, guys. 300 people are dying
Every day.
single day. And we are out here fighting the fight.
And there's a way out.
there is a way
There's
out.
a way out of this.
There is a way out, and that's what we're offering. You know, we're offering hope. You guys coming here,
Yeah.
you're offering hope to everybody that listens to our
Yeah.
podcast, that
Yeah.
joins the meeting. and that's what it's all about, man. We do recover.
We do.
Can recover.
We have a recipe.
Yeah.
There's a recipe to this.
Yes,
We
there
can
is.
get out of, and there's a book.
Yes.
The recipe is in that book.
It's in the book.
It's in the book. And all you got to do is follow some simple instructions.
So are you gonna introduce? We have a special guest tonight.
I forgot her name already. What?
Wow. Shane.
Brittany?
Her name.
Brittany.
Shane is horrible, guys. I don't even know how you guys keep showing up every week to listen to this crap that we put out in the beginning. We appreciate it, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just
Brittany,
trying
got
to.
it right, though.
Without Natalie here, it's hard for me to keep Shane tame.
Tame.
But again, we have Brittany. She's gonna share her experience, strength, and
Yeah.
hope for about the next 20 minutes. And thank you for the happy anniversary. It's also my anniversary tonight. It's 7 years, and yeah. So thank you for that.
Lucky number 7.
That's my wedding anniversary. Just so you guys know, it's not my recovery anniversary.
Yeah.
That one will be. I don't really celebrate it, but it's June 9th, and that will also be 7 years.
Well, congratulations. That's
Yeah.
the 7 years of completion in the Bible.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really?
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow.
So with no further ado, I'm gonna turn the meeting over to Brittany.
Yeah, nice.
Hi guys, Brittany here. Goodness. Okay, so I come from a family of 5. I'm the second youngest. I have 2 older brothers, an older sister, and a younger brother. From the start, my life, it was pretty hectic. I was 3 years old. My dad got burned. 90% of his body, 3rd-degree burns. And he was in a coma for the longest I can remember. We've had nurses and babysitters and all these other people that came into our lives to help raise us. My mom was 27 by the time she had all 5 of us, you know? Like, my mom was young, having all this, you know, kids and stuff. And things just kind of progressed from there. My parents got a divorce after a few years after my dad got better, and he survived. Things kind of got a little hectic when my parents separated. My mom got back with her high school sweetheart, and he was very abusive. And I remember, you know, like I came home with 1 B and the rest were A's, and he would beat me. And I was like the only one out of all 5 of my brothers and sisters. I wouldn't call him dad. And you know, like I always stood up for my mom. I always stood up for my brothers, like no matter what. Like it was crazy. Like he didn't care. It was bamboo sticks, like all kinds of things. Like he would just beat us black and blue with, you know. And like I don't know. Like I kind of just sucked it in, and I took whatever pain. And about a year later, I'm 13 years old. I'm out drinking, running around Palmdale, Lancaster with my older brother and his friends, and they're all punk rockers, and I'm all going to shows, getting to mosh pits, drinking Mickeys, and just, you know, not really caring about anything because I just wanted to get out of the environment that I was in, you know. And so I started hanging around that whole scene. Next thing you know, I get hit by a car. Me and 4 other friends, we got pinned in between a van and another vehicle going about 50 miles an hour. I heard the car coming. I was able to put my left leg up, but not my right leg. I had like a piece of skin like this, you know, hanging on, and the rest of my tendons, bones, everything was snapped in half. Like they were going to amputate my leg from the knee down. And my mom was like begging the doctors at 14 years old, you know, like, don't do this. She's so young. I was in soccer. I was just about to, I don't know. I was doing so many things with soccer. And like, that was my like whole thing in school. That's what kept me going. That's what kept me motivated. That's what gave me like pride, because I was excited to do something, you know? And, so that started the whole thing with the pain pills, though. I was getting a huge bottle of the yellow Norcos at 14 years old, and every month 300 pills. Like, and my parents, you know, they were just like, "Oh, take them as you need them," and you know, no one really noticed, no one really said anything. So like, I was just all the time just popping pills, just eating them like candy, you know, and so that kind of just started the whole addiction thing there. I started being promiscuous at a really, really young age. Met my first husband shortly after I got hit by the car, and we started smoking weed together. We got on cocaine for 2 years, and I got pregnant with my first daughter, Brianna. And I was 4.5 months pregnant. I was on adult probation and juvenile probation at the same time. And I go to jail, and they're like, "You're pregnant." I called my mom, my ex-husband, and I tell everyone, and they're like, "What? You don't even look pregnant." I was like 80 pounds. I was nothing but bones, you know. Luckily, Brianna came out with nothing wrong with her, you know. I was kept good and was doing good up until she was about 2 years old. Me and her dad got on to heroin really bad. We started getting scripts off doctors, and we started just, you know, doing all these things, and it led to us being really violent with one another, to the point where he's bashing my face into the front of the Jeep and throwing me out of the car while we were driving, like just all these psychotic things. I'm trying to beat him up, he's trying to beat me up. So they took Brianna away from us at this point because things are just so hectic. Children's Services got involved, and, you know, I just went on a sick one from there. At the same time that I was going through divorce with him and Brianna was getting taken away, I got a settlement of $125,000. And I met a new guy. This guy, well, he's kind of this guy was like Tyler. He was in my life, like in and out. And he became my boyfriend, you know? And we started using, we got meth, we got heroin, and like we were just, you name it, we were doing it, you know? To skip forward a little bit, I stayed using and for a couple years. That me and Tyler didn't work out, so I jumped onto the new one, Travis, and I married him, had another kid with him. This was about maybe 3-4 years later with Charlene, and went to Iowa, thought I could get sober out in Iowa, lived out there for a year, and like things just weren't working out. He kept getting high, I couldn't stay sober, and I'm 7.5 months pregnant, and I'm calling my mom like, I need to do something, like I can't stop putting a needle in my arm, you know? So I come back to California. I was able to stay sober for the rest of the pregnancy. Thank God Charlene didn't come out with anything wrong, you know? And I'm telling you guys like right now, like I never thought I would be that one to use during pregnancy. I never thought I would be that one. Like I didn't wake up one day and was like, yeah, I'm gonna become a drug addict, you know? Like that was never my goal. My goal was I was gonna be a veterinarian and I was gonna save animals, you know? And it come to find out like, you know, it didn't quite go as I planned, but it's all right. So after that, I have Charlene. I'm doing good for a couple years, and then once again, Tyler comes back into my life, and we kind of just fall off, you know. My mom got custody of Charlene, and once again, I'm muck and running, and I'm in so much trouble at this point. Like, I'm in and out of trouble from LA County, Ventura County, San Bernardino County. I was on probation in all 3 counties. It didn't matter what it was. I was doing all kinds of crime. I think the only thing that I haven't done is, like, hurt someone or killed someone, you know? But anything else in between, like, I've done, unfortunately, because of this addiction and, like, just where it takes you, you know, the people you hang out with and just not caring. You slowly not care about yourself. And, like, that's, like, the thing that I don't ever want to forget is those feelings and those moments, because that's what keeps pushing me to thrive, to do better, to what I'm doing now, you know? But back to the story. So I'm back out with Tyler. We're running amok. We're getting in trouble again. And I got pregnant again with our son, Zach. And this is third baby daddy, by the way, guys. And I know it sounds horrible, right? But that's what happens when drugs get involved. So third baby daddy, I was Zach, and I was pregnant with him, and Tyler's mom died. And throughout our lives, like, she was like one of the most biggest, like, incident. Like, she was involved so much with me growing up, and she was like my other mom, and so like, and she was the only one, like, because of I got the house raided, their little sister got arrested because of me, because her name was Brittany. Like, just all these things happened in such a short period of time, you know. And she was like the only one that was like, all right, Brittany, it's gonna be okay, you know. Like, I'm here to support you. You're gonna have my grandson, and then she dies, and that kind of hit home, you know. And then I get Zach. I'm doing good. I actually became, I was sober for almost 3 years at that point. I became a drug and alcohol counselor. I just got a job at Action Family Counseling out in Piru, and I was a drug and alcohol counselor with my best friend, Shayna. We went to cosmetology school, graduated cosmetology school, started working into salons. Like, I was doing so good. I was thriving, you know, like, but I kind of fell off because I stopped contacting my sponsor. I stopped going to meetings. I stopped hanging out with like normal people. I became friends with the people in the rehab, and like my boundaries got blurred real quick. unfortunately. I ended up sleeping with my boss, sleeping with a client. I relapsed there. I was stealing Suboxone. I was stealing everything out of the Narcan box, or I mean, not out of the Narcan box, out of the Destroy narcotics box. Because I was in charge of the meds, and like anytime anything had to be destroyed, I got to call them. So I slowly relapsed right there. Things spun out of control real quick. I got pregnant with mine and Tyler's other child, Stella, in 2020. And at this point, me and Tyler are not together. He broke up with me because I couldn't stop getting high, and he got a job in the union, and he's just, his life was moving forward while mine was still stuck. I couldn't move past from everything that I was struggling with, and I had Stella, and as soon as I had Stella, like just things like got worse. I was seeing another guy, and this guy was like, I'm not gonna say that it wasn't like it didn't start out super bad, but it ended out super bad. By the end of it, I'd lost my child, and me and this fool we kept getting arrested for domestic violence. My apartment was just thrashed glass. Everything was broken. I mean, I got hit in the head with a ladder by him. I got my teeth knocked out. I had a stint across my teeth. Like, I just allowed myself to be abused in any sort of way. I was jumping out of windows and trying to flee from this guy, but I had nowhere to go, and I didn't know who to call or anything like that, but I couldn't stop getting high. I couldn't stop getting high. And right before I got sober, one of my friends, he overdosed on fentanyl, and I just seen him like a few days prior, and like it just kind of hit me, And then the next day, my friend Mark died, and then a few days later, my friend Brian dies, and like all these people, and then like my best friend Shayna, she died from fentanyl too, and like all these things started happening, and I'm like, oh my God, like I gotta get sober. Like I'm gonna be the next one, because I'm smoking heroin at this point. I'm slamming meth, like, and I'm like one of those junkies, like where I gotta have a needle in my arm at all times, Like it didn't matter at this point. I'm like, I lost all my kids. I lost everything that I already built myself up for. Like, all my cars got impounded. Like it didn't, and nothing mattered at that point. I was just down, and I didn't want to take any responsibility for the way my life had been, or for the way that my life was going, I just was like, if no one knows, or if I don't say it out loud, like that's not true. And anyone can think what they want to think, but that wasn't the case. Everyone could clearly see me falling apart, and but I didn't see it, This went on for a few more months. I was living in Westlake. I lost my home, all my cars and everything, and I was living in a tent. And I ended up going to Barstow with this same abusive dude, and he beat me for the last time. I had bruises. I was all cut up. I had black eyes, like all these things, and I called my mom, and one of my friends came and rescued me, and he took me up to Sacramento, and he was supposed to be sober, and he wasn't sober, and he was high. And like the second I got in the car, like I had a warrant, and the cops were there, and I didn't want to get out of the car because like I was scared they were going to arrest me. And I'm just like, what the heck? Well, that ended up all bad. I ended up jumping out of a second-story window out in Sacramento and getting a train back down here to go into IVRS. Off of the intervention show, one of my friends, Ron, got me into the IVRS. And that right there was like the moment that changed my life, because I didn't think I was going to make it there. I prayed for the last few years, like not being around my kids for the past 2 years, like for a way out. I didn't know a way out. I didn't think it was possible. I was so stuck on this guy. He like made me believe like I couldn't do nothing without him, Like, and I am normally not one of those ones to like be totally submissive to the other guy, but like the abuse was so bad, and like the beatings were so bad at some point, like I was like scared to leave. I was like, I'm not, like no matter what I do, like he's gonna find me, like that was in my head. But then again, like it was like the drugs and everything else talking to me. So I checked into rehab, and I'm doing good and everything like that. And this time coming into rehab, like the first 2 months, like it was lonely. And I called Crystal again because I've met her 5 years prior, and because I didn't know who else to call. I didn't have any support out in San Bernardino County. And Crystal was there to pick up the phone. She came, she supported me, she started taking me to church, and like that was the first time like I I found God like in my own way. Like I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. My parents were taking us to the Kingdom Hall and doing all these things, and it didn't click for me. Like it was very like cliquish, and I don't know. I didn't. It wasn't easy settling for me. So like Crystal's taking me to church, and like I'm getting involved in all these things, and I have like a new foundation. I have a whole new group of friends that I can call that are sober and that are religious, and like I want this so badly because so many people, just like my little brother, like he actually went through your guys' program, and he was doing really good and everything like that, and he recently just relapsed, and like but it's crazy though. It's like a lot of it has to do with like stability, and like I have stability where I'm at. I have a awesome foundation where I'm at, and like that's one of the big key things I think that addicts need to have when they're first getting sober, is to have all this planned out and to not have people around them that are going to drag them down, not to be lied by the enemy, because the enemy will come in various ways, and I'm grateful that I don't have that. I'm grateful that I have the urge and the want and the hope to be different and to live differently, because all my friends, like, I can't even tell you. My friend Paul and my other friend Tommy just passed away this week too from fentanyl, and it's like, these are friends from like second grade, you guys, like, and they're gone. And they were sober. They were doing so good. They thought they can go out one more time, and like, they didn't make it back. They got put on life support, or they didn't even make it to life support. And like I'm not sure why God has gotten me to where he is, but I know that I just don't want to end up like that. I know that I still have a chance to change and to be different, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Is I'm thriving. I put God first in everything right now, and I don't even smoke cigarettes. I've been smoking and vaping since I was 12. I mean, like, there's so many things that I've never been able to do that I'm doing with God at first in my life, and with Crystal and her whole entire family. Like, I mean, it's not just her kids, but it's her parents and her brother and her sister and her cousins and just the family. And then like, it's just, I have an awesome foundation, and honestly, without them, like, it wouldn't be possible. And I can't wait to see like Crystal's program when it gets up and running, and we get going with everything, and we find a location, and we get to help other addicts, and we get to love on people, because that's what a lot of people miss, is love. And just, they need people to help nurture them, because some of us don't know how to live. I know for sure I didn't. I don't still know how to make choices. My ADHD sometimes gets me bouncing off the wall, where I'm going to think something's a good idea, but it's really not, and I constantly have to go over it with numerous people to just, to ask myself, am I going on the right direction? Because I've been using since I was 13, and it's hard to change patterns. The things that you think are normal are not normal. And, you have to be around healthy people in healthy situations to see the difference, and to know that, some things you have to change yourself. And I just, any way that I can, I try to help out now. Like, that's like the number one thing too, I think, that works for me and staying sober, is being of service. I never say no. I always say yes. It doesn't matter what it is. I get involved in everything, or try to get involved in everything. I go to meetings. I say hi to the newcomer. I'm that one that's like, hey, I'm Brittany. How are you? Like, I might be embarrassed, or I might stumble on my words, because when I get embarrassed or just I don't know what to say, I kind of mumble. And but that's okay, because I still have I have air in my lungs right now, today, this moment. I'm one of the ones that have made it out so far, and I'm going to keep doing whatever it takes, no matter, even if I don't like it, even if it's uncomfortable. I'm gonna sit in the moment, because it's hard. It's hard, and especially just to see someone struggle that you love, and to see them be so unsure about their own faith and their own being, not seeing someone that you love not feel lovable, or not feel like they deserve to be here, is it's the words are unexplainable, and then to just have them be gone is rough. So I know that I am gonna do whatever it takes that they were not able to do or able to have that foundation or those people or support to reach my hand out to many people as I can. And hopefully the ones that are willing to take it takes it. You know, I go every Monday to IVRS in Upland, and I bring in a panel on Mondays, you know, and I do that for every Monday for an hour because that's one of the places I graduated from. You know, there's just so many things that I'm doing just to stay out of myself, not to get sucked back into the old me, you know, because like not only that, like, I mean, I haven't talked to my 16-year-old Brianna since she was 6, you know, and she's coming back in my life, and I've talked to her every day since Thanksgiving, and this is a miracle, you guys, because like you guys don't even understand. Like I've been waiting for this moment for years, like, and I'm seeing all my kids. You know, I'm gonna have one of my kids for Easter, and like there's all these things that are growing and blossoming, but like it wouldn't be possible without working the steps. You know, like I literally I have a life coach. I go to Bible study. I do Bible study. Like there's so many things that I'm involved in that keep me out of myself, because I know when I'm left to my own devices, it's easy for me to quickly get back to where I was instantly. I know that I cannot drink. I cannot have one of anything because it's going to take me right back instantly to that one place. I don't have a lot of friends. I'm very isolated, but it's a good thing. Like I'm oh God, what is the word? I can't think. I'm sheltered in a good way, you know, and thank God for that, because it's teaching me to love myself. I'm not jumping into relationships. I'm not seeking no guys. I mean, if you're there and you're my friend, cool. I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to be there for you. But I'm not crossing those lines. I'm staying celibate, and I'm going to, you know, I'm doing things completely different that I've never done before. Because before it was just like, what's your name, you know? And it
I'm Shane.
That's Shane right there.
I'm Shane.
And it just, you know, it didn't matter. Like, it didn't matter. As long as I was happy, I was selfish, you know, and I don't want to be selfish today, because it's crazy how we can impact so many other people, you know? But, yeah.
Amazing.
That's what I got.
You know what it is? I'll tell you something, bro. It takes a village.
Yeah.
It takes a village to raise a kid. It takes a village to raise an adult. And being part of that village is cleaning, cooking, mopping up, foraging for food, doing something in that village to stay in that village. And that's what you found. She found a
Sometimes
village.
even just breathing, bro, you need a village.
That's it. You need a village.
Because I'm one of those ones where I have to put a fan on my face to help me breathe.
Oh, we're with you. We're with you. That was really good.
I love hearing all the promises come to
Right.
You know, come
True.
yeah. in people's lives.
But you got to put in the work.
You
gotta
have
be
to
willing
put
do it. That's
in
the thing.
the work.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You got to be willing
Yeah.
to admit your faults and say, like, no, this is where I'm messing up at. This is where I need help at. And that's like one of the most humbling parts is, God, admitting that I'm wrong for, you know, destroying my kids' life. Like, you know how hard it is to go to my kid and have her say, Mom, no, you were a POS, you know?
Yeah.
And like, she's at that point where she could talk to me and say those things. And it's like, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
like, I was a shitty ass mom. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm here now. I'm changing it. I'm not the person that I was, and I will live every day. Just even if it's a few steps forward, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to get better.
Yeah. Awesome share. Thank you so much for
Really
sharing
good.
your story.
Really good.
Really,
Really good. Thank you.
touched me.
Yeah.
It's,
Not easy.
No,
no,
And without God, you can't get through some of this stuff, bro.
yeah,
no,
You can't. It's humanly impossible to get through some things that we've done
oh yeah,
without God.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
That's just the bottom line.
absolutely.
And that's where blind faith comes in. That's beautiful. Good for you.
Thank you.
Well, let's open it up for sharing. Who
Yeah.
would like to share first?
Who's gonna? Yeah.
You can raise your virtual hand if everybody knows how to do that.
Or just
I
raise
just
your
want to
normal hand.
remind everybody, Joel is our timer, and he has a clock. Everybody gets 3 minutes to share,
I was thinking he's got a cuckoo clock.
and then the clock goes off. We got Tarek.
Hey, Tarek.
Tarek's up first.
Tarek's all set up.
Tarek's got a podcast going on
Hey,
over there. Can we unmute Tarek?
I think you unmuted me now.
Okay,
Okay.
nice.
Awesome.
Hey, Tarek.
Everybody, Tarek, addict alcoholic.
Tarek.
Tarek.
Yep. Thank you, Brittany, for your qualification, powerful share. You know, your story is not my story, but my story is in your story. And, you know, I remember a life where I was completely out of control. Like I had no choice. the drugs and alcohol were making me do things that I just would never do if I wasn't on them. And looking back, it's like you're a completely different human being because the drugs become your soul, the alcohol becomes your soul.
Mm.
And I I got sober at 29 out of the most powerful emotions in the world. Self-hate, resentment, anger, and rage. And I channeled that to stay dry for 3,010 days. Never worked a program. I had, that massive inferiority driven ego complex that so many of us have. And I thought I was doing it the right way because I was living a life of service. But I hated myself every single day. And that hate just kept growing more and more inside of me the more I tried to bury it. And I relapsed after almost 8.5 years. And within 45 days, burned my life completely to the ground. My life, my kids' life, the life of everyone who worked for me, their families, like all of it. And ended up on the front page of the news with my mugshot. And I was a godless man. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I hated God. And that brought me to my knees. And I've come to find that every time I drop to my knees and surrender, that my life changes for the better. And so every day now I hit my knees and I give thanks to God for being sober another day, for having my kids back in my life, for being a father again, for giving me my purpose. And, when I relapsed for the fourth time, after that 8.5 years, I finally went to AA. And, the drug made me one person, the program made me another person. And for me, 1, 3, 4, and 11 completely changed my life. I live 11 every single day, and it makes my life so much easier. And there's no remnant of my old life left. Like I dedicated my life to serving and following and bending the knee, and Alcoholics Anonymous created the life that I have today. So thank you for letting me share.
Thanks.
Oh man, awesome share, dude. You were telling my story is definitely in your story.
That was nice.
I was
I grabbed him right away.
Yeah.
I like that.
I had 3,000 some days clean when I went back out, and then I struggled for the next 5 years in and out of the program.
Well, you were working though.
I was not.
You were working for the CIA. Come on, bro. At least you were working. A lot of us weren't working when we were fucked up.
No, yeah.
You were doing jobs, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta keep that in mind when you talk about yourself, man.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That meth-induced psychosis is no joke, man.
No joke.
He's doing some serious missions for the CIA.
Yeah.
Bright.
Right. She's new.
How awesome to have you share.
Hey guys.
Hi.
My name is Bright. I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Bright.
Brittany, thank you for your share and thank you for your service. And thank you guys for having this podcast Zoom meeting. I followed you guys on Instagram for a while, so I'm excited to finally get involved. Yeah, life is crazy, dude. Like I'm about to get 8 months, so I just took 7 months.
Good for you.
And already in such a short amount of time, things have changed for me like crazy, and I have a really badass sponsor who's taken me through the steps thoroughly. But we just got to work, man, like right away, and I felt the difference because I had done AA before and I wasn't doing AA, I was kind of just hanging around. And I didn't last very long, and so now today my life looks so different. And I had to like really hit bottom, my story, I was homeless, I was living under a bridge in Inglewood, and now I have a beautiful home, a car, a life. And I recently got to go visit my grandma and help her pack up her home. And I hadn't been home in a while. And I came across some black on some foil as I'm going through my stuff, right? And I'm from Las Vegas. So in my mind, I'm in Boston. nobody's around, and you know, like my mind goes to, okay, I can use this and no one would know, right? And it's only because of the grace of this program and because of God that I'm able to do the right thing, even when no one's looking, because I have a God in my life today. You know, it doesn't matter if nobody's there. You know, before for me, it's like I lived a life where I was always looking for the loopholes, you know, and even if someone was looking, but for sure, if no one was looking, like I was going to do whatever I wanted. I ran through people, you know, and now it's like, it's a complete 180, you know, like I'm a completely different person. And I get to go to sleep at night and I feel good about the life that I live, you know. I like being of service. It keeps me sober, you know. I sponsor somebody. Like I find faith in the fellowship. You know, I miss the fellowship when I'm not around it. Um, and I was able to tune into Zoom meetings when I was in Boston, but like now that I'm back in town, like I miss my fellowship, you know, I miss my meetings, and like I just have a completely different life today, and that's all because of God. That's all because of this program. I have integrity because of this program. The only way I get to be the woman that I've always wanted to be and my purpose is to be is if I work these steps every day. I have to follow the principles. I have to, you know, I have to have these principles in all of my affairs and all my life, you know, and that's only because I just sat down and listened to what you guys had to say. Anyway, thank you for listening. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Another
I'm gonna say it. I'm
amazing
gonna say
share.
it. Brit's a badass.
Huh? Her name
Brit's
is
a,
Bright.
I'm sorry, Bright's a badass. Bright's a badass. That was fucking awesome share.
That was a really
awesome
good share.
share.
What do you think, Natalie? Can you put the camera on Natalie?
Natalie, you're not talking very much at all.
She's not really.
Doesn't feel good.
Natalie.
Natalie?
You're not yourself today. Oh. Feeling a little
Are you down? Are you
Natalie,
not?
are you
I guess
feeling a
she's
little-
shy today. She doesn't really want
feeling a little small today, Natalie?
to share. Anyway,
All right, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
We'll come back. We'll come back.
we
to that
have
later.
to do stuff
her a
like that.
sticker.
So
John 3:17. I believe that's what Tim Tebow had under his eyes when he was playing college football.
I thought he had John 3:16.
He could have. I'm.
Let's check out John
check with
3:17.
John
You're up,
3:17. Hi there.
John. There he is.
Hey,
Hey,
there
sorry.
you go.
What's going on, brothers?
Hey, brothers.
Long time no see. All right. Yeah, John 3:17 is what comes after John 3:16. It tells you about what happens after God comes to earth. Anyways, yeah, fuck. Don't even know where to start. All right, we'll start with music, right? So, younger me didn't really play music. Older me always wanted to, never really fucked around with it, kind of picked it up here and there. And then all of a sudden, in the past like 2 years, I just really throw myself into it because I find it's a way to get all my emotions out, and then also to create, and also to like clear my head. And there's, for me, it's like multiple fold. So it was like, you know, you got to put your 10,000 hours in, but like, you know, I'm doing two instruments, piano and guitar. And so Sober John couldn't even do shit on it. And then Intoxicated John was epic. And so like, there was like 3 stages where I had to go through and put my 10,000 hours for each instrument. And so now it's like, I don't know, whenever it gets too much, it just feels like I just run back to the instrument, and like, you know, or maybe I'm thinking about too many world problems and, you know, too many engineering and designing stuff or whatever it may be, that's on my mind. It'll like become too much and way too overwhelming. So then I run to music to like blow out all the steam. And then, so it's like, I'm trying to get to a point where like Sober John can play at the level that Drunk John can play at, or like Intoxicated John can play at. And yeah, so I'm really close. In the meantime, like there is a lot going on. Like there is a lot on my plate. I'm a very busy person, contrary to popular belief, maybe. But yeah, I got a lot of big things coming up in the near future, and it's like the very, very near future. And it's like very nerve wracking. And considering like all the things I've done and been able to do, like this right here is probably the most daunting thing that all or any human will ever have to like undergo. And it's really, really scary, but I know it's going to be for the best. But then because of everything that you've been through and all of those tools that's been ingrained into your instincts, that's kept you alive, it's kind of like every time it's like prohibiting you because you're thinking worst case scenario, and then you automatically think like exit strategies and multiple exit strategies, and then your mind starts to wander off of that, and then you kind of have to like reground yourself and just be like, okay, no, 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 that's right. That's not right. I'm good. You know, I have the help. I have my family with me, and I'll be okay. And so that's a lot. But anyways, that's all.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing. You know what it is? It's sometimes we're overly sensitive to the world and what's going on outside, and we need God. We need that layer of God to block us from those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not easy.
Joel, you're up.
Thanks for your share, John.
Don't give yourself 5 minutes, Joel.
Yeah, Joel. 3 minutes.
Hey, I see a bunch of
timekeeper.
I see a bunch of like 3A people up in here tonight. Huh?
We represent.
Nice. A bunch of 3A people commenting in here.
Yes, sir.
Welcome. All right, you're up.
Hey, everybody. I am Joel. I am a grateful alcoholic and addict. Kind of touch on everybody's shares because everybody's shares have kind of touched on part of my story. You know, somebody mentioned the 9th step prayer in the very beginning. I didn't want to hear that shit. I saw it coming true for everybody else that really wasn't working a program early on in recovery. I was in treatment, you know, and they at the end they end with, are these extravagant promises? And I'm like, yes. Or are these anyways? I lost my train of thought. But regardless, I stayed in the meetings. I stayed in treatment for 120 days, and I started to comprehend the word serenity and know peace. And it was fucking crazy, because I was guaranteed an alcoholic for at least 25 years. I know I started drinking when I was like 13, but it didn't really turn into a full-blown alcoholic till I was like 18 to 20. I'll be 47 this year. So I know I had a good solid 25 years of drinking every day. And that shit's that blows my mind to think about. Over 3/4 of my life I've been an alcoholic. And then, you know, before I got on the meeting, I was talking with a friend and we were talking about God. And, you know, when I got into the program, I didn't believe in God, a higher power, religion. I didn't know what spirituality was. And that was explained to me, and that was pretty badass because I never wanted to be a religious person. But spirituality was right up my alley. But, you know, and I don't know what my God is. But it is something definitely greater than myself. I have about 630 something days of sobriety coming up, you know, on 2 years here in the next few months, which I'm super excited about. But it's been actually kind of scary lately because I've had these thoughts of relapsing. Like, I want to go drink. And I don't. I don't know if that's me or if that's God, but I know what the old me would have done. If I had a thought of drinking, I would have went to fucking drink, and I didn't do it today, you know? So I'm very grateful that I finally picked up some spirituality, because I know how I ran my life when I was in control. I crashed the car every fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, and now I can at least have a thought of alcohol, and I'm wiser for it. I'm like, you know what? It's not going to do me any good. It's going to satisfy me for about the 0.2 seconds that I, you know, inhale it, and then I'm going to feel the regret, the remorse, the shame, you know, and is it really worth it? You know, I've gotten more in the last year and a half of my sobriety than I ever did in 25 years of drinking, you know. So do the promises come true? Absolutely they do, but you have to work a solid program.
Yeah.
Sponsorship, 12 steps, AA meetings, Zoom meetings, fellowship. You know, you got to be involved, service work. Um, I'm very grateful that y'all allowed me this opportunity to, you know, to run the timer for y'all. That's fucking badass, you know. Um, I do service in another couple of meetings, and it's those things that help me stay sober today. Um, Hopeaholics, thank you for your service. Brittany, thank you for your share. And with that, I'll end. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Always a great share, Joel. And we didn't even know there was such thing as a timer in the Zoom meeting until you came aboard. So like you brought the service to us, and we really appreciate that.
We did have no clue.
Yeah, we had
We're kind of slow.
Yeah, you know,
that's
we're a
all
little
right.
late to the game. You have to
Yeah.
understand, Shane and I are over 50, so you
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Speak for yourself, bro.
Yeah, he gets so
Speak for
mad, but yeah.
yourself. What is your problem? Damn.
Hey, real quick, guys, can I just give a shout out to Miss Deneen? She was my drug and alcohol counselor at the Claire Foundation in 2012, and I just want to say thank you for showing up.
Is she on?
Yeah, and
Yeah, she's on there.
be careful,
Right
be
there.
careful driving right there.
Yeah.
Where is she?
Yeah, she's driving and
Oh,
zooming.
Denise. Hey, Denise.
All right, you be careful right there.
Yeah. Good for her for showing up. That's
Yeah,
nice.
thank you.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Rachel.
Vaughn.
Any relation to Theo?
Hi guys.
Spelled
To
different.
who?
V-O-V, I think. I know you were.
Okay.
I know.
Hey, thanks, Brittany. That was a great share.
Thank you.
I heard a lot of my story in that too. Like you, I lost my child. It's been years now. She'll be 24 the end of this month, and she's my best friend. I get to have my grandkids all the time. One thing that I have just been dying to tell you guys, I went to the Illinois Drug Awareness Conference at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale last week over my spring break. And the first person I walked into was my counselor from my first drug rehab in 2007.
Nice.
That's
And
awesome.
it was just amazing. I can remember, and I told her, like, look, I have to apologize to you because I talk about you a lot, but I was really mean to you. Like, she was really young and fresh out of school, and I was 33, and I remember telling her, asking, like, are you an alcoholic? Are you an addict? No? Well, then what are you going to do for me? And I've been drinking since I was 15. Like, you can't do nothing. And we got to talking. She's in a new job now, just down the road from my university. She said, well, you're going to have an internship coming up, right? And I was like, yeah. And she said, give me a call. So, like, what? What? Like 13 years ago, almost to the day. 13
Someone's
years
got a
ago,
job.
Like,
That's
I
nice.
was the using addict that
Right on.
OD'd in front of my kid. And
Yeah.
now what? I get to maybe do an internship with
That's
my
awesome.
drug counselor? Like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
what, God? How does that happen? So,
Good for you.
yeah. And like you, Brittany, anytime anybody asks, I say yes. I
Right,
sang at
that's
church
right.
this week with the praise band.
Oh, I haven't made it there
I
yet.
love public
I will
speaking, but
soon.
standing up and singing in front of people, negative.
Hey, I'm gonna try.
I stood up and did an MC. I was the MC at a comedy show and gave a very short portion of my testimony. Like, it's, yes, if it's going to help one other person, yes, I'll do it.
That's all that matters.
Like, I really appreciate your share, and I love
thank
what
you.
you guys are doing, Hopeaholics. You know I
Thank
do.
you. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much. Should we get Brittany out of her comfort zone right now and have her bust a little tune out? We could.
Oh no!
We can.
Yes.
Shane?
No,
Yes.
guys, I want
No.
to sing at church with the rest of
do
the
it.
choir.
Let's do it.
I haven't
What,
been
Shane
there
and
yet.
I are quite.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I
Yeah.
can't. I
No?
Come on, let's
no,
go.
I can't.
You start it
All right.
off. We'll follow you.
No. I might break the glass.
All right.
All right. Who's up?
Chuck's up.
Now let's skip Chalk.
Zamza.
Now, let's go right to Julian Miller.
All right.
Dang,
Chuck.
you're so wrong, man. You are so wrong.
Is he not? He's
Hey,
like.
hey,
He's like.
Chuck.
He's
Hey,
so
Chuck.
wrong, but he's so right. So
Hey, Chuck. How you doing, buddy?
Man,
People. I feel like
Hey,
people
what-
either love or hate him. I'm
People
not
pay
sure.
to see me, Chuck.
hey, I love Shane. I love what he does. He's got all the great antics.
Behind the glass, behind the bars, they pay to see me, Chuck. That's what they do.
See? You only do 2 shows a day. That's
not,
it.
Believe
Yep.
me. Yes. Yes.
All right, shut up, Shane.
What's up, brother?
All right. I'm an alcoholic. My name's Chuck. Grateful I woke up today instead of coming to. And man, there's a lot of things I heard tonight, and the share was great too. Couple quick things that came to mind that I'm just going to put out real quick is I wrote it earlier. It's God's plan. I don't have to ask why, but why not? Sometimes when I say that, but it has a plan for me to achieve the best life possible, and be able to have that open door to keep it that way. For me, this is the third month, third step. And, I do a 12 and 12 meeting on Monday nights and was going over the third step prayer and stuff like that. And I remember hearing the third step prayer for the first time with my sponsor. And it was weird because I had a lot of resentment towards God to begin with coming back in. I hated him. I hated everything about it. I didn't want to hear it. I wanted people just to shut up when I heard the word. And, but I realized in that first year of sobriety, and I always go back to it, that the promises, I heard that tonight too. I was seeing things at least halfway through my first year of just things changing, great things happening, good things going, of all the choices that I've been making, doing the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. And I just ran from there with it. And I have a good relationship with the God of my understanding today. It does for me what I can't do for myself sometimes. And, I've heard the 11th step. I've heard everything tonight, and I got to do all those things to achieve my daily life. Because I know what I'm like on the other side if I don't do those things. I'm a complete a-hole if I don't. So, what am I doing if I'm acting that way? So I got to remember that too, and go back and do that. People, places, and things. I remember that coming back, and I had to change a lot of those things. And it was pretty quick for those changes because I did not want to go back to what I was doing. I really didn't. Wanting the want. How bad do I want this? How bad do I really want to stay sober? How bad do I really want to have this other life that's been given to me so freely that I didn't have to pay for anything? And the insanity of what life used to be like compared to what it's like today. I can deal with things today pretty well. Back then, it was a complete, utter sinking ship. And I'm glad it's not like that because I run sinking ships pretty well. So, life is good, man. That's all I got. Thanks for letting me share.
Thanks, Chuck.
Thanks, Chuck.
Hey, Julian. It's been a minute since Julian shared.
Julian, my man.
Yeah.
What's going on, you guys? How y'all
man?
doing?
Good to see you.
All right. I just want first I want to thank Britt for her share. That was deep, man. Like you was just robbed from your childhood. You know what I'm saying? And you overcame it. You had to go through what you went through to be who you are today.
Yeah.
So through the grace of God, we both are here. I'm a recovering heroin addict. I've been clean for 17 years, and it's a struggle. It's a thing that we have to work on every day. We can't just slack off and think everything's gonna be cool. So, but I just want to share a poem. I shared it before weeks ago, but I just want to share this poem again because everybody was talking about God and how God is present in their life and they couldn't do it without him. So I'm gonna share this poem called God First. So I said a strong wind blows with force, pushing away rough times of trials and tribulations. Then comes new times, of course, to show no remorse and no more limitations. Problems don't last too long if we put God first in every situation. Our heart will be content in any event because prayer precedes preparation. Tick-tock, time never stops. Our time could be seconds away. So live life to the fullest extent and put God first each day. Yeah, I'm gonna land with that. So thank you. And Keep doing what you're doing, Brett, and everybody else out there too. You know.
Awesome. Thanks you so
man.
much,
Appreciate it,
Julian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in put God first in
I like poems, too.
everything you do.
Have to.
Put God first. You know, God's been the CEO of my life since the day the bail agent kicked in my door.
See, mine never worked like that. It didn't matter how many times I got bailed out of jail or anything like that. Like, I hated God too. And, like, just recently I found my relationship with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted this. I mean, even in rehab, I remember just throwing rocks at the shed at IVRS, crying because I didn't want to go back out there because I knew where it takes me. You know, I was just screaming. And I told the staff, like, I don't want to get high, but I wanted to get high. But I wanted to live more than I wanted to die.
Yeah.
So...
We're always trying to fill that God-sized hole with something else, you know, and when we fill it with fill it with God, we actually find that sense of peace. Yes. Charles is up. I don't think I know Charles.
That's what I was thinking. Charles is new.
Is this your first time sharing, Charles? Yeah.
Charles,
all you have to do is hit the unmute button on your phone there.
He looks like he's our age. He's having trouble.
Yeah. There we go. We found it.
There we go.
Yeah, I had to. The person that I'm living with is still using in my house and doing things that has got me kind of the situation that I'm living in. So also kind of reaching out that maybe someone.
Oh dang! You're breaking up a bit.
See this man and know that I've been getting high since I was 8 years old. Started out smoking weed. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Is it better?
Yeah, it's better.
How about now?
Yeah.
Good.
All right. So getting reaching out to try to be blessed with a new situation to live in. I have a dog. Just recently came back.
Oh, too bad. I want to hear.
You know what, Charles, DM the Hopeaholics. And put your information in the chat, and we'll get a hold of you.
With my sister, and that all turned into a nightmare of the scars form. So I'm trying to get away from the town where I got addicted at.
All right, go ahead and put your stuff in the chat. Can you chat him?
Yeah, chat
him.
And
then we're gonna move on to Jeff.
I'll give him a call.
Shane will give him a call.
I'll give him a call. Hey, Jeff. I think Jeff's new too.
Yeah.
Jeff, you're up.
Jeff?
Jeff?
All right, I guess.
Maybe it's not Jeff or Jeff. Maybe it's something else. We're not saying it right. Maybe there's a magic word here.
What's that? Can you put the mouse back over?
Fej.
How about Brother Mitch?
All right, let's go Brother Mitch.
Brother Mitch?
Yo, hello.
Hey, brother.
Hey, Brother Mitch.
I know you, Brittany.
I know
What's
you
up?
too, sir.
All right. This is good.
Yeah. You guys can hear me good?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that full share, Brittany. Wow, that was truly amazing. To hear and know your whole story now. Wow, that was incredible, truly. But yeah. One of these days I want to be there and share my testimony, right? So God willing, right? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm coming up on 2 years and 9 months on April 1st.
Nice.
Being sober, so it's been a blessing. I've done a lot. Not as much as Brittany, but yeah, I've done a lot. So praise God for saving my life. Yeah, I had a lot of anger, the trials, and a lot of situations. Couldn't keep a job. You know, ADHD is very tough as an addict. Once you get into it, yeah, that's tough, right? But you know, we're moving forward. I'm always loving it. The work you guys do and the life God has put in my life, you know, because if it wasn't for God, yeah, I definitely wouldn't have been here. So praise God. I wanted to read Psalms 97-9 says, "We wither beneath your anger. We are overwhelmed by your fury. You spread out our sins before you, our secret sins, and you see them all. We live our lives beneath your wrath, ending our years with a groan." So, wow. Amen. So God tells us it is okay to be angry, but we are not to sin. We need to have a spirit of reconciliation, making amends and compromising in every situation. So, yeah, I always love that. Yeah.
Thank you for
If you don't got one, it's called Everyday Bible Promises for Men. So they got these devotionals that help every day throughout the year, and it's always been a blessing. Yeah, helps me if I'm frustrated at work or just in general, yeah, or feeling tempted to relapse or anything. You know, I just get my book out and I start reading. Yeah, and God's always there to take me back to good. Right. So with that, yeah, thanks for letting me share, guys.
All right, thanks for sharing. Man. All right, guys. Let's see what the time it is. It is time.
7:01.
It's 7:01. This is the earliest we've finished in quite some time. I always like to offer up, though, is there anybody that has a burning desire?
Yeah.
Anybody that needs to share? Because I would hate for somebody to leave this meeting and go get loaded. No? All right, Natalie. Eva Marie,
the real one.
Do you have any words of wisdom before we shut down?
I absolutely love this meeting. I'm terrified to turn on my camera.
Can you put the camera on her?
Well, we'll do this.
We got it. Don't worry.
We'll take care of it.
Go ahead.
Oh, well done, boys.
Yeah.
Brittany, I loved your share. Everybody shared tonight is incredible. It just is one of those things for me. Is a testament of turning all of our destruction into something beautiful. And I think that's pretty powerful. So thank you to everybody that showed up tonight. Sorry that I'm not actually physically there and you're staring at some doll, but I appreciate everyone's coming every single night because it means more to all of us and the boys in the studio than you guys could know.
Yeah, I'm sorry if the meeting was a little short. I mean, I didn't really know what to say in
It
statutes.
was long. It's
that was
crimes.
The
Like, there's a whole bunch of things I don't want to get into.
Yeah, that was.
What do you mean? I felt like you nailed it.
Yeah, perfect.
I was in it.
Yeah, I was in it too.
Thanks.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, good.
Are you guys going to remove somebody from the meeting, or are you going to cancel that little request that you have up there on the screen?
Someone's trying to hack in.
Somebody's trying. They didn't know that we had the old not shares.
We're hip to them now.
Yeah, we're hip to that crap after like 6 different times somebody putting some crap up on there.
Too bad it's like an 11-year-old boy, which I would love.
Oh yeah, we got a
email his
screenshot
parents.
of the guy that's putting it
Really?
up. He's like 13,
Yes.
11, 12, 13 years old. He's kind of jacked up. But I would have done the same thing when I was a kid.
For sure.
You know. So, you know, it is what it is.
And again, this is a serious meeting. Fentanyl death, sobriety, recovery. It's all serious. People are dying out there. If you're in trouble tonight or you're going home and you know someone that's in trouble, DM the Hopeaholics. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. What else?
That's about it. Oh, go ahead, Natalie. You muted her? We accidentally muted her. She's
Emily, just because I'm not there, don't play me dirty like that.
That's funny.
She's literally over here laughing too. She's like, I just muted her.
Yeah. Big smile on her face.
No, I was just piggybacking off what Shane said is that we're in this together.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, if you know anybody that needs help, man, we have
call us.
Tons and tons of resources
Insurance,
to help
no
each
insurance.
other. One last
Doesn't
thing,
matter.
Natalie, we have if you're not able to come in tomorrow, we completely understand. We have a plan for weekly wins on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Utilizing our step in. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Even if you do come in, we're still going to utilize it. We have a whole shtick,
a reel
formulated. It's really funny. It's
my
going to
God.
be really funny. Yeah.
So anyways, guys, I want to thank you again for joining our meeting. We will see you all next week at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday night. Let's go ahead and do our dance out. So if everybody can turn on their cameras and put their hand up in the air. All right, guys, let's pray out. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen.
See you next week, guys.
Next week, guys. Love you.
Love you guys.